All right, we'll officially call the meeting to order. Has the meeting been properly posted and vote been taken?
Yes.
Next, we'll have the item number 2 is the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a prayer by Alderman Wilson.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
Of
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Supreme Architect of the universe, in thy name we have assembled, in thy name we gather. Grant that the sublime principles of public service may so subdue every discord and passion within us. Harmonize and enrich our hearts with thy own love and goodness. May your beauty reign forever before the throne. Amen.
Thank you, Alderman Wilson. We'll move on to item number 3, which is approval of minutes. 3.1 is motion to approve the minutes of the May 17th, 2022 council meeting. There's no additions or corrections. I go ahead and entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Those same sign, the motion passes. Item number 4 is communications. Official communications. I would say that not that everyone necessarily watching at home can see this, but we do have the beautiful City of Delavan 125th anniversary flag hanging in the back of the chamber, and as well as downtown on the corner intersections. So those look, I think, very nice and a nice addition to our historic downtown area. And also I know there's been a number of notices through the Parks and Rec Committee to solicit interest in the 4th of July parade. So if you haven't gotten those forms in yet, I know the Park and Rec staff would appreciate that, so they can coordinate the parade. So with that, we'll move on to item number 5, public comments. Citizens may address the chair at this point in the meeting. Just please limit your comments to items on the agenda once, no more than 3 minutes. Have anyone that wishes to make public comments this evening? If not, we'll move on to item number 6, which is 6.1. Consider the appointment for the 1st District Alderman position, and 6.1 is Mr. Robert Baton. A number of us know Bob over the years being here in the community, and he was the one that had shown interest, along with submitting a resume and a letter of intent and answering a number of questions. So thank you for your interest, Mr. Baton. And with that, we would
Move to appoint Robert Brayton to the 1st District Alderman.
I will second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
For the same sign, motion passes. Welcome to join.
Okay. I was just waiting.
You're gonna go here.
Yep.
Come over
This way,
here.
okay, whichever way you tell me.
Right
Whichever way
over
works
here,
better.
Bob. Pull you up a chair.
You get by me. Like a box up master. Steps and uneven ground are my enemy right now, so.
There's a step right there.
I see.
Before you sit,
Yeah.
would you raise your right hand?
Absolutely. I thought that we might have to do this.
I, Robert Baton,
I, Robert Pate,
swear that I will support
swear that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of
and the
Wisconsin,
Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully and impartially
and will faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties of alderperson for the City of Delavan
discharge the duties of alderperson for the City of Delavan
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Again. And with that, we'll move on to item number 7, which is reports of committees, boards, commissions, and Delavan Dairy and School District. Beginning with 7.1 is the Finance Committee and the Financial Report. Alderwoman Deshna Grant.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Finance Committee met on June 14th at 5 o'clock. Next meeting will be July 12th at 5. There are a number of items on tonight's agenda. The minutes of the meeting are on file with the city clerk for public inspection. And at this time, I would make a motion to approve the financial report.
There's a motion, and is there a second?
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign, motion passes. Item 7.2 is general operations. Alderman Wilson.
Thank you, Mayor. General operations met Tuesday, June 7th at 2022. There were no public comments. Assistant Chief Bilski provided the committee a police activity update that included 2 new candidates started. We talked about the speeding on Wisconsin Street, Turtle Creek Drive, Creek Road, and Bradley Avenue. All these streets are being monitored for excessive speed. Delavan being a resort town led to the discussion on allowing light vehicles, also known as golf carts and SUVs, on city streets in the 25-mile-an-hour zones. However, this initiative was tabled for now. The ambulance activity report indicated that in the first 4 months of 2022, medics had between 86 and 100 calls a month. The average response time was 4 minutes and roughly 92% coverage. The building and zoning outlined 10 new houses this year. The construction of one brand new $7 million industry was moving along rapidly. And last but not least, Prop Shaft Incorporated will start production at their new massive development facility. We talked about EV charging stations on next year's budget. In business, we sent several things to the council that will be coming up later in this meeting. The next GOC meeting will be July 5th, 2022 at 5 p.m. Thanks.
Alderman Wilson. Item 7.3 is Planning Commission. Normally, Alderman Beasley will give the update on this. I'm not here with us this evening. I would say that there's a couple of issues on tonight's agenda for action, and they did we met on June 6th, and the next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, July 5th at 5 p.m., as well as a joint meeting is scheduled with the Common Council for Tuesday, July 19th at 6:30 p.m. And those, the minutes from the June 6th are on file for requests from the city clerk if you're interested in looking at those minutes. With that, we'll move on to 7.4, which is Public Works. Alderwoman Deshna Grant.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Public Works met on May 24th at 5:30. Items that were covered will be discussed in the Finance Committee. There is the clean sweep that's happening this Saturday at the Public Works building from 8 to 12. So if you have some things laying around your house you need to drop off, it's a good opportunity to show up and get rid of those.
Thank you, Alderwoman Deshna Grant. Item 7.5 is Town of Delavan Lake Committee. Again, this update would be from Alderman Feaser. Updates, so we'll have a big update next one. 7.6 is Library Board of Trustees. Alderwoman Deshna Grant.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Our Library Board of Trustees met on June 16th at 5:30. Updates were given on donation status for the new library build, and our next meeting is July 21st at 5:30.
Thank you, Alderwoman Deshna Grant. Item 7.7 is Park and Recreation Commission. This would be an update from Alderman Purcell. Again, I would just say that 4th of July are the big activities coming before Park and Rec. I did see that they cement over the new park in Latimer Park, so that's good to see. They also met on May 23rd. Their next meeting is scheduled for Monday, June 27th at 5:30 p.m. And minutes from the May 23rd, 2022 are on file for public inspection. With that, we'll move on to item 7.8, which is the Communications Commission, Alderman Solis.
Our communications committee has not met, Mr. Mayor. Currently, I don't have nothing to report.
Thank you, Alderman Solis. Item 7.9 is the Delavan Downtown Project Management Team, Alderwoman Commissioner Brand.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Downtown Project Management Team met on May 24th at 7. We discussed some of our future events as well as the outcomes of this year's wine walk. Our next meeting will be on July 26th at 7 o'clock.
Thank you, Alderwoman Commissioner Brand. Item 7.10 is Delbrook Golf Commission. This update would be from Purcell. Again, I know they met on May 19th and June 16th. Their next meeting is scheduled for Thursday, July 21st at 5 p.m. Minutes from the May 19th are on file with the city clerk for public inspection. And there's a couple of items that came through the finance committee that are before us this evening as well. With that, we'll move on to item 7.11, which is the Tourism Commission. Alderman Solis.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't have the notes on me for the meeting. However, I did want to bring up that we awarded some money to the chamber, a grant for the car show that's coming up. And one of the things that I requested for the car show that happens every year at Lake Lawn, which is happening this year, which is after being absent for a couple of years, we brought that back. So that's a good thing for Delavan. And I did say that I would like to have those cars cruise downtown, get the people, the folks downtown, the opportunity to get to see them, so they can kind of distribute through the city. Hopefully making a stop there at Tower Park. I know that they requested a little bit of more money because they wanted to bring a specialty car and like a Ninja Turtle car, something really cool for the event. And I thought that was really exciting, and we're looking forward to seeing that all come together.
Thank you, Alderman Solis. Item 7.12 is the Delavan Darien School District update. So he's with us this evening, so I'll carry over for next month. Moving on to item number 8, our issues that came before the Planning Commission. 8.1 is consider a conditional use petition to allow for an indoor commercial entertainment land use with a minor outdoor commercial entertainment accessory land use for a restaurant at 627 South 2nd Street, located in an office neighborhood ON zoning district. Applicant Corey Honey. Anyone care to make a motion?
So move.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Yeah, second that.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Moving on to item number 8.2 is consider a resolution adopting a public participation plan for amendments to the comprehensive plan. Motion.
I make a motion to approve the resolution adopting a public participation plan for amendments to the city's comprehensive plan.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 8.3 is consider request from Alliant Energy for an easement to route an underground power cable through a portion of Gordon Yaden Park. Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve the requested easement for Alliant Energy to route an underground power cable through the eastern portion of Gordon Yaden Park as presented.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 9 are issues that came before the Finance Committee. 9.1 is consider the purchase of an irrigation satellite classes from Arthur Clushin Incorporated.
I would move to approve the quote provided by Arthur Clusson Incorporated of Lincolnshire, Illinois, for the purchase of satellite boxes at a cost of $40,133.55.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, may we have a roll call?
Alderwoman Deshna Brand,
Yes.
Alderman Baten,
Yes.
Alderman Wilson,
Yes.
Alderman Solis,
yes,
Motion passes. Item 9.2 is considered tree trimming quote from K Roads Company for finance.
I would make a motion to approve the tree trimming quote provided by K Roads Company of Milton, Wisconsin, at a cost of $28,675 with 10% in contingency funds to be made available if needed.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, maybe we have a roll call.
Alderman Baten,
Yes.
Alderman Wilson,
Yes.
Alderman Solis,
yes,
Alderwoman Deshna Brand.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 9.3 is considered engineering contract with Ayers and Associates for installation of a shoreline erosion control along the north shore of Lake Comus for an amount of $56,172.
I would make a motion to approve the contract with Ayers Associates in the amount of $56,172 for engineering of the installation of shoreline erosion control along the north shore of Lake Comus.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, maybe we have a roll call.
Alderman Wilson,
Yes.
Alderman Solis,
yes,
Alderwoman Deshna Brand,
Yes.
Alderman Baten,
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 9.4 is considered engineering contract with Ayers and Associates for reconstruction of the Lake Comus Dam and the North Terrace Street Bridge for an amount of $159,476.
I'd make a motion to approve the contract with Ayers Associates in the amount of $159,476 for the Lake Comus Dam replacement engineering.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
I'd second,
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Is that gonna be widened?
Yes. Yes, it will be wider.
Will there be a walkway as well
Yes,
on the west side?
at least, if not both.
Oh,
Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, may we have a roll call?
Alderman Solis,
yes,
Alderwoman Deshna Brand,
Yes.
Alderman Baten,
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
yes.
Motion passes. 9.5 is consider amended cost share agreement with the DOT for roadway reconstruction of Wright Street from Hobbs Drive to Racine Street.
I'd make a motion to approve the amended SMA for the SCD urban work on Wright Street.
There's a motion, is there a second?
I'll
second,
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 aye,
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 9.6 is consider acceptance and placing on file the 2021 financial statements.
I'd make a motion to approve and place on file the 2021 audit report by Baker Tilly.
There's a motion, is there a second?
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. 9.7 is approval of the bills.
I'd make a motion to approve warrant 2022/05.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
aye,
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 10 are issues that came before General Operations Committee. 10.1 is consider a request for a temporary Class B license to allow the Delavan Rotary Garden Foundation to sell wine for their wine their wine and walk events at County Gardens on July 20th and September 21st, 2022.
I'd make a motion to approve the temporary Class B licenses for the Delavan Rotary Gardens Foundation Incorporated to sell wine for their events at County Gardens on July 20th and September 21st, 2022.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign, motion passes. Item 10.2 is consider expansion of licensed premise for sidewalk cafe seating at Pete's Parkside Pub at 103 North Second Street.
I'd make a motion to approve the expanded premise description for Pete's Parkside Pub to allow alcohol to be served at sidewalk cafe seating at 103 North Second Street.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, any further discussion?
Yeah, looking really nice.
If there's no further discussion, there's been a motion and a second, all in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign, motion passes. Item 10.3 is consider renewal liquor license applications.
I'd make a motion to approve the attached renewal liquor licenses, subject to confirmation that any outstanding city invoices have been paid.
There's a motion, is there a second? Second. There's a motion and a second, any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign, motion passes. Item 10.4 is consider an ordinance amending municipal code section 8-1-6 requiring the city to mail weed notices by certified mail with a return receipt, and section 8-1-8 referring only to mowing of residential properties.
I make a motion to approve the proposed ordinance to amend section 8-1-6 to require that the city send written notice by first class mail, and amend section 8/1-8 to require that all residential, commercial, and industrial properties comply with mowing of tall grass.
There's a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second, any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign, motion passes. Item number 11, other business. 11.1 is review 2021 compliance maintenance annual report.
I move to approve the resolution approving the 2021 compliance maintenance annual report.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign, motion passes. 11.2 is consider resolution establishing permitted signatures for city banking.
I would move to approve the proposed resolution, adding Alderman Beazer as a signatory.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, same sign, motion passes. Item 11.3 is discuss meeting with administrative office staff regarding finance director duties. Right?
Okay, on Tuesday, May 24th, we had a meeting, and we being Mayor Schrader, Orwin, Deshner Brandt, myself, with the administrative staff, which would include the treasurer, the clerk, the deputy clerk treasurer, the HR manager, and the court clerk / utility clerk. Customer service. To discuss the pending departure of the finance director and next steps. And out of that meeting, the staff was pretty strongly of the opinion that a lot of the duties had been performed previously within various staff members up front. They wanted to go back to that way of doing things, and one possible outcome would be that instead of filling the finance director position, which right now, frankly, I'm hearing that it's really hard to fill finance director positions right now in the municipal sector. Is that we'll be divvying up duties that were originally done by the finance director among staff. And then once we kind of get an idea of the monthly reports that are needed and such, and what's covered, what's not covered, then we'll probably come back and open it up to get a either an additional position of like another deputy clerk treasurer that can assist, or maybe an accountant or bookkeeper, someone that can assist with any just general matters. We've got to decide kind of like what we can handle in-house, what we can't with the current staff, and then probably have to at least hire on the other end to replace some of the work that's being done by the finance director. I'd say probably see how the next month goes, and then we'll come back either with a request for staffing or.
Thank you, Brian, for the update. I don't know if there's any questions for Brian from others on the council. Not. Thank you again for the update, and thank you for our staff stepping up and the good work that they've been doing, and get back to some of the other duties that they've done in the past. We appreciate it. With that, we'll move to item number 12, public comments. Citizens may address the chair at this point of the meeting. Please limit your comments to once and no more than 2 minutes. Comments at the beginning. This time, with that, we'll move on to item number 13, which is suggested future agenda items. Future agenda suggested items at this time. And if not, as always, if something comes up between now and before we meet again, don't hesitate to reach out to myself, the city administrator, city clerk, and we're happy to put that on for discussion. With that and no further business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved. There's a motion and a second. All in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, we're adjourned. Thanks, everyone.